The world had become a place of darkness. Greed, cruelty, and violence ruled the hearts of men. Everywhere one looked, there was selfishness, dishonesty, and sorrow. The earth groaned beneath the weight of sin, and God looked upon his creation with sorrow. He had given humanity freedom, yet they had turned it into chaos. But among all the people, one man remained faithful. One man listened to God, walked humbly, and obeyed even when no one else did. That man was Noah. Noah lived a quiet life. He tended his fields, cared for his family, and helped his neighbors. Though the world around him was corrupt, he kept a pure heart. One day, while walking in his fields, a voice filled the air, a voice calm and yet powerful, reverberating through the ground and sky alike. It was God speaking to him. "Noah," the voice said, "I have seen the wickedness of the world. Soon I will send a flood to cleanse the earth. Build an ark, a great boat, for you, your family, and the creatures of the earth. Save them, for the time of judgment is near." Noah's heart pounded. He dropped the wood he carried and stared at the sky. A flood? Every living thing destroyed? How can this be? He thought. Fear gripped him, but he felt a quiet strength rise within. I must obey. Faith will guide me. Returning home, Noah told his family of God's command. His wife trembled, afraid of the impossible task ahead. His sons listened, some in disbelief, some in awe, but all saw the determination in their father's eyes. Together, they began to gather wood, cutting and shaping each beam according to the instructions God had given. As they worked, villagers passed by, mocking them openly. "Noah, a giant boat in the middle of dry land. Have you gone mad?" they laughed. "The rain will never come. You waste your life." But Noah did not falter. He spoke softly. "God has spoken. I must obey." Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. The ark slowly rose from the ground, a massive vessel of hope in a world that had forgotten to believe. Then, as the ark neared completion, the animals began to arrive. 2 by 2, creatures of every kind appeared on the ark. Lions, tigers, elephants, birds of every color, and even the smallest insects found their way to the ark. Some were curious, some stubborn, some fearful. A monkey swung from a beam, a goat refused to climb the ramp, a bird fluttered in panic. Noah and his sons worked tirelessly to guide them aboard, speaking gently, calming their fears, naming each creature as it entered the ark. Finally, the ark was complete. Noah and his family climbed aboard along with the animals. The sky darkened, clouds gathered, heavy and foreboding. The first drops of rain fell, and the wind began to rise. Villagers fled, laughing nervously, unaware of the storm that had been prepared. The rain fell harder, rivers swelled, valleys disappeared beneath the water, mountains vanished under the waves. Only the ark floated, carrying life itself. Inside, Noah kept his family calm, whispering words of faith and hope. The animals, sensing his calm, began to settle. The lion curled next to a sheep. The elephant leaned against a wall for comfort. The monkeys played cautiously. The birds chirped softly. Each life on the ark mattered, and Noah ensured that every creature felt safe, even as the storm raged outside. 40 days and 40 nights passed. Rain did not stop. The winds howled. The waves crashed against the ark, tossing it as though it were a toy. But inside, Noah's family held each other close, praying for strength, for survival, and for hope. Noah spoke words of comfort, teaching his children that faith and obedience could guide them through the darkest moments.
Even in the chaos, small moments of life persisted. The elephant struggled to balance. The monkey nearly fell overboard. The goat tried to climb a beam it had no business climbing. Noah soothed them all, calming their fears with gentle words, assuring them that together they would survive. And in these moments, humor and warmth found their place amid despair, giving life to the story and light to the storm. After weeks of relentless rain, the downpour began to ease. The ark drifted on endless waters. Days stretched into weeks, and hope seemed distant. Then came signs. First, Noah sent a raven. It flew across the waters but found nothing and returned. Then he released a dove. The bird returned with a tender olive leaf in its beak, a sign, hope, life would endure. Noah and his family waited with bated breath. The ark drifted over the vast waters, sometimes aimlessly, sometimes guided by gentle currents. And then, one morning, the ark touched solid ground. Mount Ararat rose above the floodwaters, a beacon of safety and promise. Noah opened the doors. One by one, his family stepped out, guiding the animals to freedom. Birds took flight, lions roared in triumph, elephants lumbered across the new earth. Noah fell to his knees, lifted his hands to the sky, and whispered a prayer of gratitude. "Thank you," he said, "for life, for mercy, for hope." God, seeing Noah's faith, made a covenant with him and all living creatures. Never again would a flood destroy the earth. And as a promise, God placed a rainbow across the sky, a sign of hope, peace, and renewal. The world was quiet. Life began anew. Grass grew where water had receded. Animals found new homes. Noah and his family looked at the rainbow and felt gratitude not only for survival, but for the chance to rebuild the earth, to care for it, and to honor God with their lives. The storm had tested them, but faith had carried them through. Noah's story was more than survival. It was about courage, perseverance, and trust in something greater than oneself. It was about humanity, hope, and the power of faith. Even the smallest animals, with their quirks and personalities, reminded Noah that life is precious and full of surprises. The rainbow above was a promise not only to him, but to all generations, that mercy and love could prevail, and that hope would always rise again. As Noah and his family planted new crops, tended to the animals, and rebuilt their homes, the story of Noah's Ark would be told for generations, not as a tale of punishment alone, but as a testament to faith, obedience, courage, and hope. Every drop of rain that fell had carried away the old world, but it had also made room for a new one, filled with promise, life, and the chance for goodness to flourish again. Even today, when storms rage and the world feels overwhelming, the story of Noah's Ark reminds us that hope is stronger than fear, that one faithful heart can make a difference, that perseverance can carry life through the fiercest trials. Noah had built the ark, but faith had been the true vessel. And as he gazed at the rainbow stretching across the sky, he understood the greatest lesson of all. Even when the world turns against you, when the darkness seems endless, hope, courage, and faith can guide you through. Noah's Ark is timeless, but its lessons are eternal. Even when humanity forgets, when cruelty and chaos threaten life, one act of obedience can safeguard life. One heart can preserve hope, and one family's love can carry the promise of a new beginning. The ark had carried them through the storm, but faith had carried them into the future. The rainbow glowed across the sky, a reminder that life continues, that mercy endures, and that hope will always rise again. And now, this story is not just Noah's, it is ours. Every act of kindness, every moment of courage, every choice to do what is right is a lifeline for someone else. Even in our modern world, we can carry faith, hope, and courage in our hearts. And just as Noah shared life and love with every creature, we too can make a difference, even when challenges seem impossible. If this story has touched your heart, share it with your friends and family. Let faith and hope reach everyone. Subscribe and follow for more timeless stories from the Bible that remind us of courage, love, and the power of belief. And remember, even in the fiercest storms, hope will guide you through, and life will always find a way.